Super.
Here is the revolutionary Morris Mini Minor. The engine is mounted across the car so that it can take 4 people in comfort with all their luggage. Look how much room there is. You can put things under the back seat, in the door compartments, and in the large trunk. See how easy the Morris Mini Minor is to park. It reaches 70 miles an hour, and it does 50 miles to the gallon. 4-wheel independent suspension gives big car smoothness. The quality first Morris Mini Minor is the perfect family car.
No matter who you are, you will always find a car that you will like. Whether you're older, younger, an enthusiast, or someone who's really hardcore to find out about the forefathers of where your favorite cars come from. One of those has to be the Mini Cooper, because you've either grown up watching it and seeing Mr. Bean on your screen in his little green Mini, or you've known someone who's had this car. So it is affectionately known as the funnest car that anyone will ever get to drive or own. And its newest version is pretty much everything that you can think of in terms of fun and entertainment. This is the new Mini Cooper, and if you're familiar with it, it's still got all the lovable looks that you've come to love. The interior is snazzy and plush thanks to its partnership with BMW, so altogether a pretty well-built car. But there is something a little bit different with this year's version. It's 2020, which means that this car has now received a very, very nice update. But there's a drastic one that I should show and point you out to, because this Mini Cooper is a little bit different. Let me show you. So, what I did was find the nearest Mini dealership and reverse park conveniently next to an older version Cooper, which happens to be in an identical color. All to show you a thing or two you may or may not have picked up earlier. The two biggest differences with these two cars is that Cooper is petrol powered, while this, it's their first version that they've ever made that's electric. So what are the main differences between the petrol powered and the first ever electric Mini? Well, to the untrained eye, not so much, until you start looking at things beyond its highlighter Cokie pen accents. To emphasize that this is still very much a product of the United Kingdom, Her Majesty's seal of approval is now more evident on the rear taillights. The front open slate grille has been simplified and sealed for better aerodynamics, while the wheels have been given the same treatment. Take a look around the car and you'll start to see some on-purpose clues in the form of the letter E around the car. Pop open the bonnet and you'll find the real party trick. The turbocharged petrol engine seems to be a thing of the past, as this new Mini comes with a full electric motor. But has this taken away from the quintessential Mini fun? So if you're worried about this Mini Cooper and if it doesn't really live up to the expectation being electric, you're absolutely wrong. But I'm not saying that in a bad way, because if you ask me, this car looks, feels and handles just like a normal petrol powered Cooper. The only difference is that it has electric motors. So this has a 1-speed gearbox, which means that you don't need to worry about it being gear changes, and it is automatic, so that's awesome. And real world power, there's 137 kilowatts and 270 newton meters of torque. And that number probably sounds a little bit low, and if you're not really inclined to cars, it's very, very quick and very, very nimble, because it's instant electric power. You don't need to worry about fuel grade or air quality or any of the other stuff that petrol powered cars do have to worry about. This is get up, go, put it in drive, and it feels just like its tagline, a go-kart. With the Mini SE being the perfect city runabout, there's no longer a need for you to go to the petrol station. All you would do is get this Charge Now card, pull up to an electric station, and where you'd normally put a petrol pump in, open the caps, plug it in, and you should get a theoretical range of 280 k's. Not that you would be doing anything more than that if this is going to be your daily runabout. I know a lot of you will be thinking, well, I need to do 400 or 500 k's. But this car is perfectly aimed at someone who needs to nip in and about town and nothing more. This is a modern Mini product, so you will still get every single modern Mini feature. You'll have touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, and a full digital instrument display that has your charge percentages and theoretical range. I would also like to say this, which is actually the most fascinating thing about this car. This is currently one of the cheapest electric cars that you can buy in the country, because most electric cars are high-end, very, very high spec, and very, very pricey. This being a Mini, it retains that. So for 642,000 of your rand, you can get pretty much the funnest, smallest, and happiest electric car on the market. There's one thing I do want to mention about the Mini Cooper, and it's something that I've always wanted to say when I have conversations about the car, or even in a video like this. Minis are for everyone. They are no longer cars that we would classify for a certain gender, and I know that is a soft, sensitive subject, but if you are looking for a fun car, this is what you should get. It's no longer for certain people. It's no longer for that kind of guy, that kind of girl, whoever you may be. It's really awesome. So if you're after a young, spirited car that pretty much suits your needs to be energetic here and there and to be a go-getter, Mini Cooper SE is where you should be. You'll never worry about fuel. You'll never worry about it being dated. It suits the times that we're in now. 2020, we're all looking for renewable energy, renewable resources, and now you have a car that was synonymous with fun, and the petrol powered versions of it is absolutely fantastic products. But if you're looking to go green and to have a clear conscience at the end of the day while still remaining sporty and fun, this is what you should get. And there you have it, the new Mini SE, a revolutionary change just like when it was introduced back in 1969. The differences are subtle and modern, just like any other fun hatchback, but the biggest change comes from how we will keep using them on a day-to-day basis to come. Fuel stops will sadly become a thing of the past, and pulling up to a charge station will soon become the new normal. Am I excited for this type of change? Only time will tell, but I do like where it's going. If you're watching this video, I'd like to tell you a very, very sad story. More than 96% of you aren't subscribed. You're not even liking the videos, which is a shame because I do this because I love you guys and I love my job. So, if you would do me the kindest of favors, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and tell me what you think of the video. I welcome all criticism, good or bad or ugly. Just tell me what you think. Bye.